We are live, NBA rundown time. My guy, JC Zargo, with me. And we'll be bringing in Tyler here really soon, I hope. Obviously, we all had a long weekend. I'm still recovering myself. But JC, how have things been with you? I saw you out partying for St. Patrick's Day. I hope you enjoyed that. And talk to me about life here as we continue to bet and win on sports, specifically the National Basketball Association.
Absolutely, man. It was a pretty solid week, great weekend. Honestly, it's my favorite time of year. I mean, we got baseball right around the corner. March Madness it might be my favorite event in sports. Like, it's just wall-to-wall basketball all day, just craziness. This probably the wildest tournament we've ever had. And the NBA season is heating up, man. We're coming down to the wire. Games really starting to matter as teams are worried about seeding. Your Golden State Warriors, they fell into the play-in tournament. So, what are they going to do? Are they going to be able to get out? It's just a great time to be alive.
Yeah, it is, right? And, obviously, we're disappointed not to see you this weekend, but we'll be able to do that real soon. We got a quiet. Oh, here we go. Yeah, CDOM never showed up. I mean, just terrible. I mean, really, what more should we have expected from the LeBron fan, right? But to take the easy way out, right? Like, don't persevere in middle America. Go to Miami. Go to Los Angeles, go to the big cities, right? You can't be seen with the real people, right? The real people who make this country work in middle America. So I got fooled. I thought he would be there for sure, but I should have known. He's a LeBron fan. He would take the easy way out and just stay in the big cities where everything's sparkly, right? He can't be seen among the common people, JC.
Yeah. Spread, that was on you for thinking that California kid was going to make his way to Kentucky.
I did it. I'm a California. Oh, bro, I was in the airport for it's like a 12-hour deal for me. I had a 3-hour layover in Denver. That was absolutely terrible. That was a long trip for me.
Denver airport's interesting. I love it and hate it.
The only good thing is, I'm like a hiker, right? I mean, just to kill the thing, doing a lap just in one terminal was probably about 20 to 25 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, well, I'll just walk around, right?
I once had a 12-hour layover in Denver. And, yeah, it was
well, I would leave the airport at that point.
Yeah, I probably should have. I don't know. Anyways, but,
I almost went to Holden's house, but I don't think he would have accepted me.
Wait, what was that?
I should have just gone to Holden's house, but,
Oh, yeah, you absolutely should have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't even know if in that 12 hours I saw the whole airport because that thing is so huge.
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. Do they have a steakhouse in there?
They do. It's
I was gonna go and the wait was over an hour. I'm like, wow. Okay.
Is it Elway?
I can't even remember what it was.
It's a football player. It's got to be Elway since it's Denver.
Yeah, probably. Maybe some Terrell Davis. I don't know. It was crazy in there. But anyways, I had a good time. It was definitely worth it. You know what? It was nice for me because I was getting ground down by the NBA season. Just get me out of my comfort zone. For people who saw the show on, what day was it? Wednesday. It's I do not like flying. I'm a little better with it now. It's so much different than the last time I flew.
Really?
I mean, we barely had the internet. I don't even think MySpace was a thing the last time I was on an airplane, right?
Are you serious?
Yeah, so it's it's not as bad. I spend a lot of time on my phone anyways, right? I mean, you don't feel as disconnected.
That's why I thought you meant you hadn't flown since COVID. I didn't realize you meant you hadn't flown since the 90s.
I think the last time I flew was 2005 or 2006, and it was just to Portland and back. So it was a 1 hour flight. Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm getting out of my comfort zone. I'm going to do it again. And I love the East Coast time zone.
Oh, dude,
it was so sweet. We were doing stuff all day, and I'm thinking, we're going to miss the tip. And I'm like, oh, we still got an hour and a half, right? Because it's 5:30, right? And I'm like, oh, we got an hour and a half till the first game tips. I was able to watch games back in my room because, I'm not super partier, so I was heading back early, and then it's getting back to my room 11:30. I can still watch the second half of a game.
Yeah.
For vacation, East Coast is sweet. I told my girl, we got to do some East Coast vacations. I really enjoyed that. Saw my guy Joey work. Oh, Joey Work is the man, dude. We're having so much fun.
Nice.
Difference there between California and New York, right? So we're walking out of the Cincinnati casino, right? And the guy's got it stanchioned, and there's nobody here, right?
Mm-hmm.
We accidentally walk on the entrance side, right? And we're almost to the thing, and the security guy's like, "Excuse me, you have to go through the exit side, right?" And I'm just like, "Okay, bro, whatever." And Joey Works just lets him. And he said it would have been worse if he had been drinking. This was daytime. This is so stupid. You're taking your job way too seriously. We're almost to the door. Like, what are you doing, right? And I'm just like, okay, bro. I mean, it was so. And he's got the New York accent too. It was sweet.
Sure.
We definitely were a little different. I like the accents there in I guess is that considered the South where we were? I don't know if it is.
Like Kentucky kind of is. Ohio definitely isn't.
Are you considered in the South because you're in Tennessee?
Yeah, Mid-South.
Yeah. So, all right, let's actually talk about the NBA, right? Enough about me. Talk about the NBA. We had a pretty fun weekend there in the NBA. I missed a lot of games. I was telling JSU at a certain point, I said, this is the least NBA I've watched since the season started, right? Because they had the tournament on, they had UFC on, they had golf on. So I didn't see a lot. What did you see? I do know the Mavericks beat the Lakers. I watched that one back in my room. That was a great victory for me. What were your takeaways from the NBA this weekend?
That's cute that you think I watched a look of NBA basketball this weekend.
You didn't either, huh? So I'm not the only one?
No, of course not. I did review some scores before getting on to kind of, get a couple talking points.
Well, I appreciate you doing that.
I want to know what's up with Houston. I mean, they're kind of hot. I know they kind of suffered a pretty bad loss to New Orleans last night.
They sucked yesterday, yeah.
But they run off those games against Boston, the Lakers, and then New Orleans before being beat by New Orleans. Kind of weird, but Houston's hot.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about them a little later today because they are on the slate.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler's got to get in here, man, because I need to talk to him about some of these projections. But we're going to get started. He's probably still sleeping. I mean, he had a long trip yesterday too. He drove. It was pretty sweet when he pulled up, dude. He's got one of those new Blazers, Trailblazers.
Oh, no, those are kind of sweet. Yeah.
I didn't think it was him. Oh, did you know who met me at the airport? The first face I see when I walk off the plane. Think about who trolls me in the chat the hardest.
No way.
Imagine just seeing that smile the second I walk off because we both landed at the same time. But no, I didn't even think it was Tyler's car. I was like, that's like a Tesla or something. No, the new Chevys are sweet. So
yeah, they're sweet.
All right, but let's get back into the slate. The Chicago Bulls are plus 8.5. They're in Philadelphia. They're taking on the 76ers. The 76ers are on what, like an 8-game winning streak right now. They're playing fantastic. Embiid, making that push for the MVP. And, I'm not big on MVP arguments. But if they give it to him, I definitely could not disagree. He's making a real good push right now while the Nuggets are kind of falling behind. Chicago Bulls has quietly won 2 in a row, right? They beat the Miami Heat yesterday. Gosh, we had projections favoring the Bulls there, and we didn't pull the trigger. A little disappointed in myself on that one. But they're coming off, what was it, like 113-99 win over Miami.
Exactly what it was.
Yeah, and they won the game before that. Gosh, I can't remember off the top of my head who it was. Was it the double overtime? Yeah, double overtime over Minnesota, where Anthony Edwards, I don't believe he still has a Q tag. Like, did you see that injury?
No.
We thought he was done for the year. So anyways, 2 good wins for the Bulls, right? So they're coming into this game playing better, but they're plus 8.5 here. The total is 225. Start with you, JC. We'll start with you, of course. Oh no, look who's here. We got to talk about the weekend a little bit more. Tyler, what's up, bro? We finally hung out in person. It was awesome. But I was telling JC, we didn't get to watch any NBA.
We watched one game on the computer. Yeah, I don't know where I think you already went home to sleep, but it was on the computer when we were at the house.
Oh, I'm glad we watched one game over the whole weekend.
I mean, it was March Madness. What do you expect?
It was tough for me. Tyler. But we got to hang out in person. I was telling them all how your ride is sweet, and we had a great time. Did you have any takeaways from the weekend before we dive into this game?
No, I mean, it was fun with all the guys. Nice to meet everybody. I see our guy Joey works in the chat. So
Yeah.
it was just a good time with everybody. Can't wait till next year when we all go back. Maybe this time our guy JC will join us. He won't have another kid that week.
I will. Protected sex only for the rest of the year.
Oh, look at it. That's commitment right there. Tyler, one thing I forgot about, right? Going to Tennessee, right? I'm just, California guy. All I packed was my Adidas tracksuits.
Yeah, and it's like 28 degrees.
I'm definitely standing out, right? I'm like, I should have worn a pair of jeans. It looked like a normal white kid. But Tyler, so we all didn't see any, but did you have any takeaways from the weekend before we dive into the slate?
No, not really. I didn't see much. And then yesterday driving home, I didn't see anything.
Bro, I could have used your help yesterday. Did you see? I don't work out with Kurt. Now I'm back in the slums.
We'll get it back today.
Bro, that Pistons beat.
They lost by 12. We had them plus 10.
And they lost the fourth quarter 38-19.
Yeah. That's what they did with Denver, and they didn't cover.
I should have not played them. And you know what's so funny? The projections with the two big dogs that liked on the projections were the Spurs and the Pistons. And I said, I don't want to play them both. And I actually undid the tag as I was doing them on the Spurs. I said, no, I'm only going to play one big dog today. I'll play the Pistons. I was feeling pretty smart. That one hurt. Got another under there in the Bucks game with the Raptors. So it's nice that the projections are finally back to normal on the Raptors. So we fixed that little thing. But I need to bounce back today, Tyler. I definitely need to bounce back today. I had two tennis winners yesterday, though, JC.
Oh, there you
go ahead and give
me
back.
Did.
Did you see any? Did you see any of the matches?
No, but I saw you had what was it, Medvedev?
Alcaraz on that mud court. Oh, that was money.
I got something we could talk about real quick before we go into the show.
Go ahead.
So me and all my buddies, we got the bracket pool where we throw like $50 in, winner takes all. Well, our one buddy wanted his girlfriend in there. We had a thing where it's last guy, whoever finishes last has to go to Chipotle and order a burrito full of beans, just straight beans, and eat it. If the dude's girlfriend finishes last and she refuses, does he have to do it?
Yes.
Regardless of where he finishes? Yeah, that's what we were saying
Absolutely.
too.
Yeah.
He's
got to do it for his girl. She can't do it no matter what. He has to.
Yeah, he was trying to kick it.
He can't drag her into a tournament and then make her eat that terrible burrito.
Yep. Absolutely. That's what we said too.
Yeah, I was showing off my eating skills too, huh, Tyler?
Oh yeah, JC, you ever eaten White Castle before?
Of course.
Oh, that was terrible.
Spread, we pull up at the one intersection. Spread looks over. He's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "You don't want to eat that." I'm like, "You do not want that." We're at the house the one day. They bring back like 4 cases of sliders. I was like,
"Sure."
We're all egging Spread on to eat.
I wasn't going to do it at that point because the whole car had told me, you don't want to go there. It's absolutely terrible. It's basically like a laxative dressed up as a burger, which it was, dude. That was a terrible idea to do it.
Yeah, we all egged him on to eat one. I'm standing over there having a conversation with our guy Travis. Here comes Spread around the corner. He looks at me. He's like, "This is disgusting."
It was absolutely terrible. No, but hey, that kid thought I was going up when I went to order my second sandwich because I worked out with Kurt in the morning. Oh my God, that guy's a beast. Where were we at? Penn Station? Was that what it was called?
Oh, Penn Station.
Yeah, he thought that I was going to go up there to complain. I just ordered a second sandwich.
I've totally done that. I've been there. They're like, "Oh,
did you tell JC about our trip to the casino where you and Joey went out the wrong way?
Yeah. We led with that. Yeah, okay. that was the highlight of the whole deal.
That was funny.
So no, it was great to meet everyone, dude. Like Uncle T's like super cool. Like, oh man, it was a great time.
Uncle T's my
Big
guy.
T is big. I mean, that's not. I knew he was 6'3", but I mean, he's a big dude. JJ's a unit,
absolutely
too.
not. Absolutely not. Waffle House is a national treasure. It's phenomenal food.
Yeah, I would eat a Waffle House over that White Castle crap.
For any time of the day, and you're gonna compare that to trashy White Castle? I don't think so, man. Mm-mm.
Yeah, Waffle House was a little better. So, all right. Well, we had a great time, but we're ready to get back to work. I mean, we were grinding too. It was funny, JC. So the whole house, right? Normal, like what you'd expect. Bunch of dudes partying, talking shit, drinking, eating, all that stuff. And then about 30 minutes to 45 minutes before lock, it was like a library in there. Everyone's on their laptop.
That's great.
Yeah, no. C-Dome, we should have known, right? The guy's a LeBron fan.
Gave us all the promos.
He's a LeBron fan. We should have known that he was just going to stay in a warm weather area and avoid any type of adversity, right? He's not built for the Midwest. He's not built to be amongst the people like the three men on this screen right now. Dude, I love the topography or the geography out there. Probably because I come from California where it's so dry. Like we've been in a freaking 20-year drought. Yeah.
No, the first time my wife, who's born and raised California, when I took her home to North Carolina, we haven't even touched down. We're landing at the airport, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, everything is so green."
Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah.
Never seen that many trees in her life.
Yeah. So, well, to be fair, Sacramento is the city of trees. We do have a lot of trees, but it's just not the same.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna dive into the slate.
Did you tell me about your 3 a.m. walk down to the gas station and you just conversated with the clerk?
Oh, bro, but
tell me that's not serial killer vibes, JC.
What are they talking about?
So I go in. Tyler brings me a little, right? So I don't have the tolerance to it. So it got me a little more buzzed than usual, right? So I'm kind of like paranoid in there because it's actually like illegal there and shit, you know. I'm like picking my stuff out. I'm just trying to be like low profile, but I got a Raiders thing on, right, to go with my Adidas tracksuit. So he starts asking me about Jimmy G, and we basically did like a whole talking touchdown show. We went through every single free agent move, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, because to me it was only like 10, and it felt like it was 10 at night, you know, even though it's 1:30 in the morning there.
Sure.
And he's the Ford gas station dude. To sit there.
Right. No. Yeah, Tyler, if they talked about anything but sports, that would have absolutely been serial killer vibes. But like sports is a great equalizer. That dude has such a crappy job. He's working at a gas station. If you
would have seen where the hotel was and where he had
where I had to walk, like there was no sidewalk to get there.
No nothing. Like the way station for all the 18-wheelers is like right behind the gas station. So he's got to navigate through all the 18-wheelers. Like
it definitely was a weird walk.
All right. Well, at least you probably made his night, and you definitely made his night by not killing him.
I know. I almost got JT Hayes. The guy had the camera on. I finally was going to end that one. I mean, never mind. Chicago Bulls plus 8.5. Chicago Bulls are plus 8.5. They're in Philadelphia. They're taking on the 76ers. Start with you, Tyler. I need you, man. I should have waited for you to do the tag yesterday. Gave away some money yesterday. We're getting it back tonight. Sixers are minus 8.5 against the Bulls. Bulls actually beat them at home in January, but Embiid missed that game, so obviously that's pretty important. Your thoughts here, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm definitely on the Sixers here. I know we talked about before we weren't going to bet their games. We came in on them a couple of days ago spread, and they did us well. They were minus 6. They won by about 20.
That was against the crappy Pacers, though, with no Tyrese.
Yeah, I mean, do we think the Bulls are really all that good? Like, yeah, they played a couple good games. Their defense is pretty good, but I just don't think they're going to be able to stop Embiid. Harden's off a little bit of a rest, too. He's off the injury report, sat last game. I think he comes in and smashes. I'm on Philly here, but I'm going to wait to play the spread till it's live. I know they're going to go down at some point in this game. 8.5 seems like it's right around that number where it might screw you in the end. Let me get that around 5 in a live bet, and then I'll be on the 6.
Or performance double it, right? So here's the prop I played in that game. I took Harden over 10.5 assists. He's got over 10 in 6 of his last 7, and he's gotten over the total and this total in 4 of his last 6. It's so funny. Everyone wanted to slander Harden. Now that he's doing well and playing well, like we don't even talk about him. Sure. But he's been a great facilitator for the team. I would look that way for a performance double, and I might even knock it down to 9 if you want to be safe.
His double and wins minus 122.
Yes, I mean, don't you like that better than laying 8.5? Projections like taking the
definitely
points
like
here.
that. Definitely like that better than laying 8.5. But if I can wait until a live bet and get that around 5, I kind of like that a little better.
The projections actually have it at 5, so I don't know, man. So we'll talk after the show, but it's gonna be hard for talking me off taking that 8.5.
Embiid's performance doubles are a little too high for me right now. His double and wins about even money, but can we really trust the dude to get 10 rebounds anymore? He likes to play on the perimeter a lot, so that worries me. And then his points are at 40 and 45. There's no way I'm playing a 40-plus point performance double. And if you pre-build the 30-plus and win, it's minus 160. So I'm going to wait for that minus 5 in the live spot. I know Chicago's going to take the lead at some point in this game spread.
I mean, BetOnline put him at 34.5 if they're not worried about him. But good point by Robert, right? I mean, I'm not big on MVP, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, if they gave it to him, I could not argue at all. He's been playing fantastic, and he's definitely making a push. JC, talk to me about this game.
Yeah, it's a tough one because it'd be hard against Philadelphia, but Chicago's been playing well. They've been playing tough, and their losses have been close. So at 8.5 points, I'm going to be hard-pressed not to take Chicago. I like Tyler's strategy of waiting. If you can get that live line, I think that's a phenomenal move. But on the other hand, Philadelphia has just been smashing opponents. So as we said, they've won 8 in a row, but they're winning ugly. So as tough as Chicago's been playing, man, you got to give the lead to Philly. But I don't like it either way. I could just easily see this game. I could see the Bulls ending this streak for them, but I could also see Philly pulling off a 20-point win. Only bet I'll be making in this one is Pat Beverly over 3.5 assists.
Oh my God. How did we not see this coming, Tyler?
Oh, didn't he score 14 straight points the other game, JC? I seen that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they even listed his props anymore.
His assist prop has been money. It's hit for 5 of his last 6 games. He's hit his assist prop.
Joey Work missed his flight.
After
seeing what he did, I can't imagine what he's telling the other guys when they didn't let him on board.
You almost did that on the first trip because you thought you were going to the wrong place. Then you go to the wrong.
Oh, bro, I almost missed my flight. JC, did I tell you that?
No.
I was so flustered and so worried. I went to the wrong terminal, went through security, then realized it. So I had to run all the way across the airport. Fortunately, it's not Denver.
Sure.
Bro, I rolled up for a 12:55 flight. I walked in the little whatever boarding area at 12:54.
Woo!
The lady's like, "You're the last one here." I was like, "Oh."
She called him out by first name.
Yeah, she's like,
"Yeah, that's bad."
Hello.
I've had that happen before. It's bad when they got a call for spread Astaire over the last week.
Yeah, I know. So fortunately, they're kind of the elderly there on Southwest. So they.
Oh man, that means Southwest. That means you got to sit on the back of the plane too.
Oh, dude, I was in the middle. I was next to a breastfeeding mother.
Nice.
It was not an enjoyable flight. Nice. I'm like, can this get any worse? I'm just sitting there trying to read my historical fiction novels about Queen Margaret of Scotland. It's unbelievable. All right, I'm sorry. We interrupted you. I'm bad about interrupting JC, huh? I mean, first, Michael Jagger.
No, that's all I had. Is that Pat Bev?
No, we got to go back to this. You're really taking a Pat Bev prop?
Absolutely. I like money.
I mean, if he's cleared that assist prop a lot and it's only 3.5, he's playing point guard for them. I don't hate it.
And it's paying out plus 125.
All right. Actually, all right. I can't argue that as well. Our guy Robert's talking about DeRozan on a heater. Levine's been playing well. Any interest in props on the Chicago side, Tyler?
Yeah, maybe some of the guards. I don't mind those. I got to look a little more into props. I haven't done many notes yet. So just a little quick look at the first games right now.
So to get those, runpuresports.com, NBA Playbook, become a member. You'll get the promo codes later in the show. But if you really need one, put it in the chat right now, and we'll go ahead and give it to you. Let's move on. The Indiana Pacers -1.5 against the Charlotte Hornets. But we don't have Halliburton again, right, Tyler?
Nope, he was rolled out over the weekend for 3 games, so he's still out. I think we take Charlotte here. I just don't trust this Pacers team without Halliburton. They look terrible.
Charlotte sucks, too.
Yeah, it's two bad teams.
We're going to bet on Terry Rozier. That might be worth some Pat Bev.
2 bad teams out on the floor, and we're getting a home team as an underdog. Terry Rozier is probably the best player out on the floor tonight. I hate to say it. So I'm taking Charlotte here. Give me their money line. I think they could win this one outright. I mean, just looking at some of these performance doubles, like Oubre could be in a spot where he smashes these wings for Indiana because they're going to be a smaller team out there. 25-plus points and wins, plus 255. P.J. Washington to get 18 points and wins, plus 270. Nick Richards to get 10 points and wins, plus 225. So there's a couple different ways I'd get on this game, but I like Charlotte here.
Wow. We got some hot takes flowing already. JC, what do you think about this game with the Hornets hosting the Pacers?
Yeah, I struggled on this one. I really went back and forth, but ultimately I landed on Indiana. Charlotte just has nothing to play for. I mean, they've been mathematically eliminated. They're only trying to improve their draft stock. Indiana's outside looking in. It'll be a tight game. Wouldn't blame anyone for betting Charlotte, but I think Indiana by a bucket, even without Halliburton, should be fine.
All right. Question in the chat about the total. I got like the slightest edge to the over. Any thoughts on the total there, JC?
No, absolutely go over. Indiana's gone over in like 6 of their last 7, something like that. I'm smashing the over as well. That's
Yeah,
the other
I
good play I
love
have
the
this
over
one.
here.
I like the over even more than I like a bet at the spread.
Great to hear. I love that he says we. It's so tight to know a real life Hornets fan. It's so sweet. All right. Anything else from this game, guys?
Yeah, PJ Washington over 1.5 turnovers.
I love that play.
You are digging in the. You came prepared.
I did.
I love that you, number one, didn't watch any NBA this weekend, which is fine because you're just like every other American. Except for me, I'm sitting there like, why would I want to watch these super exciting winner take all games when I can watch NBA players give 75% effort? But you came through with some props that I didn't even consider.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think they offer PJ Washington on the offshore. So great work today. Way to come prepared. We appreciate that. And let's talk about your favorite team, Tyler. The New York Knicks. Joey Work's favorite team. Dude, I was showing my girl that part.
I gotta get that jacket.
Bro, yeah, that was awesome.
That was a sick jacket.
It was like a starter jacket or what?
Yeah. I mean, no, it wasn't a starter jacket. I think it was Nike.
It was just like a sweet pull.
It was like a New York Knicks, like themed jacket. Though. It was like orange and blue. Go look at the picture he posted on Twitter. He has it on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sweet. So the New York Knicks and their sweet apparel are -8.5 taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. How is Ant? Yeah, hey, Will, we give out best bets.
No. Just read those last couple of comments just straight down the list.
Yeah, I saw him, but we're gonna help him out here. That's what we do here at RunPureSports.com, right?
No, but it's a great conversation. They told him to call 1-800-DJ, and he says, "Do they give out locks?"
Oh, I get it. I missed that. See, that's how Mikey gets me in the chat too. Fortunately, he's not here today. Yeah, Mikey does well. All right. How is Ant Edwards questionable, Tyler? There's no way.
Because he's young and it's just he woke up the next day. He's like, my ankle doesn't feel too bad, but I don't think you see him play here. I also think he's questionable just because of how close they are to the playoffs. If you shut him down for the season, I mean, that kind of gives the team like the attitude of we might not be trying here. So if you just say he's questionable day to day, it kind of makes it a little better for them. But the key name here that's not on this injury report anymore is Jalen Brunson. That's for the Knicks. Once he's back playing for that team, they're a top 4 team in the East. They are that 4th team in the East that can make noise.
So they're better than Cleveland.
Yeah. Well, no, Cleveland is the 3rd team.
Who are you kicking out then?
Philly.
No, Philly's
Philly.
Good.
It's
Philly's
Philly,
in second place right now.
It's Philly.
They're in second place.
They're not going to get into
They've
the
won like 8 in a row. Like Embiid's dropping like 40 and 20 every night.
We all know there's going to be games in the playoffs where the whistle doesn't go their way. These guys get frustrated, and then from there on out, the series is just them against the refs. So that's how it's going to go. I'm on the Knicks in this game, though. I mean, Minnesota versus point guard spread has been a thing. Jalen Brunson's going to smash this spot. He's going to dominate Mike Conley. If there's no Ant Edwards to switch on to him, all these wings for New York's going to do well, too. Rudy Gobert is questionable. He really doesn't matter in this matchup for me because Randall's going to try and pull him outside. And if Mitch Robb plays, he's just going to go down there and just keep him occupied down there. So I'm on the Knicks. I think they blow this Minnesota team out.
You're laying the 8.5?
Yep.
All right. Let me defend my guy A1 real quick. Robert always sends me great stuff too. Love talking to Robert, but we can't get down on Ant. I mean, he should have been ruled out for the year the second that injury happened, right, Tyler?
That was a bad one.
This isn't load management where he's
yeah.
like, my hamstring's kind of sore, right? I mean, this is like a legitimate injury. So we got to get, and the fact that he's even trying to play through it, there's no way we can say anything bad about my guy, Anthony Edwards. One of the best interviews in the NBA. JC, this is another one, man. I don't want to like 8.5 with these Eastern Conference teams. What's wrong with me?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. You know, I hate betting Minnesota or any game. They're just so hard to get a read on. They got no talent on the floor if all these guys are injured. So no reason to think they're going to win. 8.5 is a lot of points. I hate to say it, but like I'm starting to believe in the Knicks. You know, they just come and gone and have these rises and falls. They're playing consistently. They're playing well. So if I was going to put money, you got to put it on the 8.5.
Do you have any like obscure props for us? Like, are we hitting Quentin Grimes or Kyle Anderson or something? Kyle, you seem like you'd be a Kyle Anderson guy.
I loved Anderson when he was with Memphis.
Yeah, I figured you would. So,
no, nothing though.
No obscure props here.
I don't really mess with Minnesota games.
Not like Chris Finch over 0.5 technicals or something.
No, you know what? I'll bet Kyle Anderson's got a good prop though. He's just sneaky.
He's been playing well for the team, and we were talking about it when the injury happened. I was sitting there with glaucoma, and we were going over the roster, and we're like, who's going to take up the scoring? And he said Kyle Anderson, and I was kind of, I don't know. And he actually ended up having a pretty big night the night he went out. Now, I didn't see the game log for the full game after they left. So, Tyler, you want to lay the 8.5 here. I'm skeptical, but I also have to admit we can't use the projections at all, right? Because no Anthony Edwards. So like, what are we really getting here? Total's 227.5. Any thoughts on the total, Tyler?
I like the over here. When Brunson's in, they move the ball, and they're going to put up a nice number here. And I think Minnesota's going to get over 105, so I like the over here.
Okay, cool. Do you like the over too, JC, or do you think there's something we're missing?
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know if Minnesota's going to be able to keep up. Like, that's kind of thing is if New York does cover, how many points will Minnesota have scored?
Excellent. All right. I know something I'm not laying here, Tyler. The Golden State Warriors laying 11.5.
This is the best bet on the board.
Should we just say it right now?
Yeah, it's the best bet on the board. They're away on the road where they've stunk, and Houston's been playing decent ball, and now you're going to give me them a plus 11.5. I know they're on a back-to-back. Looking at the injury report, it doesn't look like there's many guys on there at all. It's just Jae'Sean Tate who's doubtful. Mm-hmm. And Jalen Green is mentored by Steph Curry. That's one of the guys that's kind of walked him through some stuff. You know he's going to want to play good against him. He just put up 40 points last night. When this guy gets hot, he puts up a ton of points. I'm on them plus 11.5. I think they keep that game really close.
All right, a couple points here just before we go too crazy. Warriors are 3-0 against the Rockets this season. Average margin of victory, 13.7. They've put up 121 points in those 3 games. Obviously, that's the average. JC, your thoughts here on the Rockets? Do you think they can keep this one close?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Not only is Golden State terrible on the road, they've just been terrible of late. They're not playing good basketball. Will they sneak out the win? Probably. But to give...
So this would be their first win on the road since the All-Star break. They're 0-7 on the road since the All-Star break.
Wow, I knew it was bad. I didn't know it was that bad. So, yeah, to be giving Houston 11.5 points when they're playing good basketball, why they've decided to turn it up, as we kind of talked about at the top of the show, I don't know. I don't know what's gotten into this team, but there's no reason to think they can't cover when they're playing like this.
Just looking back.
Yeah, they disappointed me yesterday.
Yeah. The game they played on February 24th, neither guard was there for Houston. So no KPJ, no Jalen Green.
Right.
Check the game they played on December 3rd. They won that game by 19. Those guys were in, but they shot a combined 12 for 36. So I think they keep it really close with how good they've been playing. So I love the Rockets in this spot. And you have the third factor here, too, of Jabari Smith, who's been playing out of his mind.
Yeah, except for the one day we bet him on the Ultimate Monster.
The one day I bet
that was my first 2-unit prop of the year, Tyler.
Yep.
It looks so easy. I want to talk to you about a prop that I did bet already, though, Tyler, and get your thoughts. I took KPJ over 19.5. He's had 20 or more in his last 3, and you just talked about how those guys are scoring. It's a game with a total of 237.5, right? So they're playing against another team that plays fast-paced. No Wiggins, so
and right, the Warriors on the road, these games tend to go over a lot on the road.
Yeah.
We know Houston's not playing any defense either, so I love that. And my only worry here, though, is it would void it anyway. If anybody's going to pop up after a back-to-back and sit here, it's probably him.
Okay, then it's voided. I mean,
yeah, at that point, you just get your money back. Yeah. That's my only worry there. So if that's my biggest worry, I think you're all right.
Okay, great. Do you have any thoughts on that prop, right? JC, tell me how great I am or tell me I'm an idiot. And then also tell me what other – do you have any obscure props? Like, are we hitting some Usman Garuba here or like
what about your boy?
Who?
Şengün.
I was looking at him. You know, he's been inconsistent and he hasn't been getting the minutes lately. There's a lot of games where he's between 20 and 30. He's only 13.5, though.
You said Smith points.
I'm on Porter points, but
Oh.
Smith has been doing fantastic lately too. I wouldn't be against that.
Yeah, no, I was looking his way too inconsistent with points. I don't mind that. I'd have to look at the numbers, which I don't have offhand. Not going super obscure, but a little off the wall. I'm taking the under on Jabari Smith rebounds.
All right, that is obscure. Let us know why.
So just looking at the trends, he kind of had those games against LA and Boston. He was hitting his rebound, but he normally doesn't. So should be a good look, under 7.5.
Spread. We talked about these games like the opening and closing numbers and how they fall right in between them. Our guy Robert saying the spread opened up at 8.5 last night. Now it's out to 11.5. This game's gonna fall at like 10. Watch.
Why do you think that the Warriors are taking so much money? I don't even get that. Right? You know,
I think
I'm Mr. Warriors too.
I think it's just because the Rockets are on a back-to-back. You get the slight maybe guys are gonna sit. So
the Rockets are also like average age of 21.
Yeah.
Right. So, all right. Anything more on this game?
Nope, that's it for me on that one.
All right, I can't wait to do some tags and get back on track tonight. Where's that guy Will in the chat? Will, bro, if you're spending that much money, you have to become a member of RunPureSports.com. Right? If you have 10 grand to bet and you're not just laying out the $100 a month to get the winners, bro, like, why would you lose 10 grand when you could be up over 30 units this NBA season? Just using the NBA playbook. That's not even using all the other bets. Bro, can you imagine how rich you're going to be when baseball season starts and you're getting those Joey work plays? I mean, come on, Will. RunPureSports.com. Promo code SPREAD15, and these guys will give you their promo code too if you think that I'm a moron and you want to go with one of the younger, better-looking kids. All right. We just talked about the Warriors. Let's talk. This is a fun game. JC, I want to start with you. The Memphis Grizzlies, -3 at home against the Mavericks. This was -2 earlier in the day. It's moved a point in favor of the Grizzlies. And why not? They're 29-5 at home this year. Wow. Give me a reason why I don't bet Memphis here.
Is Ja back?
No, he's not going to play. He's actually off suspension already, though, right?
Yeah, because I thought it ended today.
It says conditioning.
Sure. Yeah, they said they're not going to bring him back.
Could return Wednesday versus Rockets. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a smash spot for the Grizzlies. That first game back with Ja is going to be tough. It happens every time he misses. There's just this weird transition period. They find their groove without him, then they got to refine it with him because they just play such better team ball when he's out. Taylor Jenkins has just been phenomenal getting this team right. They're trending in the right direction with the playoffs coming off. I was really worried about them. Like I said earlier, like a couple months ago, I was about to put a future on them, and then they lost 10 games in a row, and they just haven't found any consistency since then. But they've looked good these past few games. Slaughtering Golden State, yes, we just talked about how they're terrible on the road, but that's obviously still great to see. They just picked up 2 wins against Dallas like last week, 2 weeks ago. So Dallas coming to Memphis, they clearly just have their number. A little bit concerned with is Kyrie and Luka? Are they? I see they're questionable. Does anyone know their outlook?
I'm expecting both to play.
Yeah, this would be Luka's first game back, though.
Yeah. It's their first game back. Just look for Memphis to slaughter at home. I'll gladly lay 3.
Tyler, Memphis won 5 of their last 6 games. Your thoughts?
Dallas's last game was the buzzer beater win over the Lakers, right? So they've won 2 in a row.
Oh, that was so fun. Bro, you know how happy I was?
You want to know their ATS record after a win spread?
Who, Dallas?
League worst, 9-24-2. Give me Memphis here at home. Jaws on his way back. They know he's coming back. Now they have championship hopes again. They're going to try and make this run. So I'm on Memphis here for sure. And we talked about Dallas on the road. They're another one of these teams that struggles on the road. And I think there's possibility you still see Luka sit this game and it's just Kyrie out there. So I'm definitely on Memphis here.
Fantastic. JC, what's the feeling around Memphis regarding these Grizzlies? They're being completely overlooked by the national media, right? Nobody talks about them as a true finals contender, yet they're sitting in second place in the Western Conference. How does the city feel about this team?
I mean, that's just typical Memphis, just getting overlooked. Memphis is the redheaded stepchild of even Tennessee, so it's completely status quo.
Who's the favorite son of Tennessee?
Nashville.
Oh, that makes sense. My bad.
Yeah. You can't say, you have no idea how many people I told I was moving to Memphis, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I always wanted to go to Nashville." It's like, that's fantastic, but that's nowhere near Memphis.
That's like on the whole other side of the state.
That's
so,
funny.
I mean, just looking at this right now, like the odds to win the Western Conference, it goes the Suns at plus 280, the Nuggets at plus 320, Clippers plus 460, Warriors 5-1, and then the Grizzlies at 8-1. I think the Grizzlies should be plugged in right behind the Suns and the Nuggets in that third slot.
Where's the Bean team at?
30-1.
Wow. Can you imagine? You think you guys get disrespected in Memphis? We're in second place and we're 30-1, JC?
Look, I think Sacramento is very similar to Memphis last year when people counted them out, and that made sense. But now that they have that experience, they're running it back with almost the exact same team, and I just think they're making the right progressions. The city right now is talking way more about what an idiot John Morant is, but if he really does have his head on right, as you know, that kind of seems to be the storyline. This team will be absolutely dangerous, and I'd book them in the Western Conference Finals. I don't know if they'll be able to get over that hump, but Western Conference Finals for sure.
My big worry too, though, is I thought these guys. I knew Clark was done for the season with the Achilles injury. I didn't realize Adams was done too. He's
done for the season?
Yeah, neither big's coming back. That changed my mind a little bit. Because,
really? That's too bad.
If Adams was on his way back, I think they could have made some noise, which is crazy as that sounds. Yeah, it says
I think he's still saying early April.
Oh, if he's back for the playoff run, then yeah, I like their chances.
Maybe he's out for the regular season on your thing, Tyler.
Okay, I just see out for season.
They must be talking regular season if you have early.
That would be huge. If they don't have either big man, that would be definitely.
Yeah, if neither big man's there, it's just Jaren Jackson and Tillman, they could be screwed. But if Adams is there, Aquaman's coming to the rescue. They're getting to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Didn't know we were gonna catch some Xavier Tillman slander on the show today.
He's good. He's not a starter. He's a phenomenal
solid role player.
Remember, spread. We bet your Kings at 30-1 because who wouldn't want to have a 30-1 if they swindle their way into the Western Conference Finals? Yeah. You just hedge the other side.
It's gonna be so sweet.
Yeah.
We might be able to do it. Let's swindle. Completely agree here. Also, Tyler, that rumor we were talking about, that has to be such BS. Have you seen where it came from?
No, I didn't see it.
It's like some dude in a bus station. He's like, I finally saw the video because I got, it's actually spent some time, looking on stuff online this weekend. Oh, the guy's got no credibility at all. It's like, I don't even think he lives anywhere. He doesn't have a California accent. That's for sure. I have no idea where he got this information from. The woman's come out and completely denied it. So I think we got bamboozled or speaking of swindled, right? I think we got swindled believing that story.
In the rumor.
I don't know what's worse, that or me believing that C-Dome was going to show up.
Wednesday
I'm still so disappointed. Yeah, we're going to talk about that one off the air, but I'll just say right now, guys, don't miss Wednesday. Anything more on your favorite team, JC, before we move on to the Bean team?
Desmond Bain under 5 steals, paying out plus 160.
Under 5 steals?
Under 0.5, excuse me.
Oh, I was about to say under 5
that's the lock of the year.
I'm calling you right now, and I'm wiring you.
Yeah, under 5 steals.
I'm calling back to the house with everybody in Kentucky right now. Yeah. We're all wiring you money.
That's funny. All right, let's talk about the team that has the purple flashlight, Tyler. Your favorite team. I was disappointed when I flew home. They didn't play. I was hoping to see the beam from the plane. Wasn't able to do that.
You just wanted to take a picture of it out the window.
Well, yeah, because Travis and Glock have tasked me with that. That my next sky picture has to include the beam. How is this turning on?
There comes Spread's jazz music.
Tyler was loving it. Oh my gosh! Hold on, I gotta turn these off.
I don't know. He had something on when I logged on, and that was like. I thought it was in like the Star Wars Cantina or something. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
What? Why do you guys not like jazz music?
We don't like your jazz music.
I don't. Oh, yeah. So who do you like?
B.B. King.
That's blues.
All right, fair enough. Some like New Orleans jazz.
You like Dixieland? I like the good old New York jazz. How does weed get legalized in the United States and jazz music becomes less popular? I don't get it at all. We'll move on. The Kings are -5.
Not sure how those correlate, but
because it's like the perfect music to listen to while you're stoned.
Is that what Bob
There's
Marley
really not a
listens
bad
to?
music to listen to.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Except for like, no, I'm not trying to listen to like no heavy metal, no screamo.
Yeah,
Sure.
or no EDM. No.
Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need any of that.
But like any alternative rock, classic rock.
Oh, I can't do the alternative rock when I'm
Country
stoned
music.
either. I'm not
heavy
listening
metal.
to some dude bitch because his parents didn't like give him enough money or whatever.
No, I'm talking about like the Lumineers, like Mumford and Sons.
I have no idea who that is.
Country music, heavy metal, and that whatever spread just said with the oof, oof, oof. Just
EDM.
throw all that music in the trash.
Yeah.
Nobody should listen
No,
to that
EDM's
kind of
dope when you go out to a club.
Oh yeah, when you're like all high on Molly and stuff. But like
Well,
other than
that
that, like
too.
people that drive around and listen to it in their car, like they need help.
Tyler, what do you think about me bumping that jazz music in a warehouse with a bunch of dudes your age?
I mean, they probably just make fun of you as the old guy who listens to jazz music.
Yeah, pretty much. You
I
should
was
see.
going to say they probably talk shit about you on your back, but no.
We have an
like
old guy at
No,
my
no,
job.
no,
that
no.
does- We have an old guy at my job that listens to country music and dances around at the end of his machine. So that's the
That's
old guy
true.
that listens to country music. You're just
JC,
the old guy that listens to jazz music.
race fans not liking that doesn't like our show today. JC, you're gonna love this. I don't know if you even know the song. I was bumping Madonna "Material Girl" one day. The 20-year-old supervisor walked in. He's like, "What the fuck is this?" He had no idea what it was. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right, race fan. We'll get back to basketball since he doesn't want to hear our music podcast. Although Richie Smalls had to take a shot, but he tells us to hit the thumbs up every day. So I'll take that one on the chin, Richie. Kings are -5. Now they played the Jazz twice this season. They got wins, but they wouldn't have covered the spread in either one. The first one was 126-125. It was in Sacramento. It was an overtime win. The second one was 119-117. And in that one, Lauri Markkanen hit a 3 right after the buzzer. So we got the win, but it's really close. But they had Jared Vanderbilt, Mike Conley, and Malik Beasley in those games. So what do we think now here as the Kings are taking on the Jazz? They're laying 5 on the road. Kings have done well this road trip, haven't they?
Yep. They've done
I've
did
been
lo-
hot on the Kings this road trip.
Yeah. I mean, do you think they keep it going at Salt Lake? Start with you, Tyler.
I think so. I mean, Lauri Markkanen's questionable with back soreness already. Clarkson's out. Sexton's still out. Red Velvet's questionable and Trey Lyles is questionable. But I mean, both of those guys can miss right here, and I'm not worried. This performance double is a bonus triple-double and win plus 400. I'm all over that. The dude's been playing great. He had 39 and 9 the other night, so he just missed that triple-double. And in a matchup versus Walker Kessler, who, yeah, he's a decent big, I don't think he's quick enough on his feet to keep up with Sabonis. I think he triple-doubles in this spot. I'm on that performance double right there. If you
What
can't
do you got
get
for
the
that?
plus 400.
Sweet.
Yeah, either I'm on that, but if you can't get the performance doubles or build that on your book, I do like laying the -5 here. I think they smash this Utah team.
Interesting. You going to give me some more hope? JC, what are your thoughts here? Jazz +5.
Yeah, I really don't know why Vegas hates Sacramento. I've been hot on them of late. They've won their last 5 at the spread, and now they're taking on a Jazz team that, as Tyler said, without Sexton, Clarkson, and probably without Markkanen, there's no reason not to absolutely smash Sacramento -5. It's a joke of a line. It's insulting, and Sacramento fans should riot.
Salt Lake is a tough place to play, though.
Okay.
What is it when you,
I
Yeah,
love JC. I love having him on the show.
they're going to miss all their best players too? It's like, what do they do without who scores for them without Markkanen and Clarkson?
Right.
That's a good question. Who will be their top scorer?
Exactly.
Um,
Abaji, the rookie.
yeah, that's not good. Well, I'd love to hear it. The total's 240.5. Any thoughts there, Tyler?
I don't mind the over here because your Kings are fast paced. Utah's not playing any defense here. If any of these role players get hot for them, they'll keep the score up. So I can see the Kings hanging $130 here.
All right. JC, any thoughts on the total?
I don't, man. It's one bet I've struggled all season long, so I don't have a real lean, so I'm not even going to give an opinion.
All right, that's great. Do we want to go straight to the best bets, or Tyler? Do you want to tell JC how terrible it is to listen to a podcast with me in the car?
Oh my god, I had it was like a Bill Simmons one. They were doing, it was like a draft of the worst contracts in the NBA.
Okay,
Mind
cool.
you, we're like 50 minutes into the podcast, so all the bad contracts in the NBA are like have been talked about. So they're just nitpicking at this point. They were like, with the last pick in the contract draft, it's like DeAndre Hunter. And their reasoning was because he's not as good as Kevin Huerter, and they let him go. And Spread like, that's a fucking dumb decision. Like fucking yelling at thing. Like, what do you want the guys to like find out at this point? We've talked about the Ben Simmonses and all those bad contracts. They're just nitpicking at that point. And Spread's just screaming at the stereo.
So Spread's the guy that comes into the middle of the movie and asks all the questions.
Yeah.
Either that or just completely gets it wrong. Like, All right. There you have it. So Tyler had to put up with me listening to podcasts. Don't think he's going to do that again. It's time. Where's our guy Will? He wants the locks. I hope he stuck around because we're going to give out the best bets. Guys, give out your promo code while you do it. Tyler, we'll start with you.
Yeah, promo code Tower15, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, Spread. Give me Charlotte's money line. I think they beat this Pacers team outright at home.
That's the best bet?
Yep, that's the best bet tonight. We're going to roll with Charlotte at home. I think they have the best player on the floor, and we're getting plus money on the home dog. Give me Charlotte.
Matty Ice smiling.
And then a performance double. I will roll with that Sabonis triple-double and win at plus 400. I think that's a nice spot. The dude's put up a ton of triple-doubles recently. And I think one of you guys is going to take that Kings -5, so I'll leave that out there for you.
Not me. JC, your best bet.
Yeah, promo code Zargo15. Get yourself 15% off. Come check out these incredible NBA plays the boys are putting out. Look, it's been like a month since I've gotten any Pat Bev talk on the show, so I'm just going to go ahead. I'll take it. Pat Bev, she already forgot the number. Over 3.5 assists, paying out plus 125.
You gotta love staying on brand here. Pat, I mean, this has to be the only show on the whole internet that talks about Pat Beverly as much as we do.
Well, except for maybe his show. No,
yeah, I was gonna.
We'll probably talk more about him than he does.
That was the joke I was about to set up. Like, maybe besides his podcast, it's the only time we get talked about Pat Beverly even more. So let's see. My bookmaker just logged out because God forbid, you spend more than 15 minutes without making a bet. Ooh, there's two really good options here. Tyler, help me out here. Should I make my best bet the Memphis Grizzlies or the Houston Rockets? I thought you were going to go with Houston, so I was going to take Memphis, but you left Houston there for me.
No, I think we got to take Houston.
So we're taking the Hornets and the Rockets?
Yep. It's going to be an ugly one today, Spread. We're going to cash all three plays. Pat Bev, the Hornets, and the Rockets.
What is going on?
It sounds like we're tanking for Wembanyama, but we're going 3-0.
All right, Rockets plus 11.5. Promo code Spread 15. Like I said, bro, if you've lost 10 grand, you got the money. Get the year-long membership, dude, and start printing. You're about to get Joey work winners. Playbook's over 30 units this year. That's just unacceptable. You can't be doing that. If you got that much money to spend, runpuresports.com is your best friend. All right, Tyler, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Regardless of what JC says on the words of wisdom, I'm not going to ask him any questions. I'm not going to just jump in with some wild statement like I did listening to Bill Simmons. JC, the floor is yours. The words of wisdom.
I'm taking the week off.
Wait, what?
I got it. That's exactly why. I had to teach Spread a lesson. He's always interrupting me. 2 weeks in a row, I had gems of wise words for the people, and I didn't get to get them out because of Spread. So I'm boycotting words of wisdom for this week. I will be back next week. Hopefully, this will have taught Spread a lesson. And when I come back with just a killer, just a real thought provoker next week, I will be able to get it out. Thank you so much, you all. Thank you for giving me the soapbox and Run Pure.
Bye.